So hello everyone and welcome to a milk run that's slightly different, whereas it's 7:30 in the morning. I've literally just rolled out of bed and realised to my horror that there is no milk, and I did not do the milk run yesterday because I was working till really late. So I'm out really early in the morning. Now before I get into anything, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's been sending me messages, hit like, hit subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it's basically what keeps me going. And yeah, and more, if you're watching this for the first time, hit like, hit subscribe, and hopefully you'll keep coming back. So yeah, I've left the car for this. I'm in the 996, obviously. I've left it parked for quite a long time, so when it goes into that battery saving mode for the remote key, my brain's not kicked in yet, so I have to stick the key in, and I'm always aware, oh my god, is it about to set the alarm off when I open the door and get in. It did a little bleep, but with it being 7:30 on Saturday, I'm sure people don't want to hear that. And I've decided I really need to have a shave today. I'll probably do another video later. It's cold today, so the temperature outside right now is probably about 4 degrees. And it's the 1st of May, it's Saturday morning. The sun is kind of trying to come out, but the fact that I've got my scarf on and I've got my coat on and I'm freezing cold, well actually it's early in the morning, which is not too bad, but I don't think the temperature gets very high today, and then it's raining for about 10 days on the bounce, I think, what the forecast says. So if I'm going to get my 912 out again, I need to do that today. Now, as I said in the last video, the idle speed on that's really high, so it's the vacuum advance in the distributor is getting stuck when the car is hot. And I think that's just something expanding. It's got, you know, whatever, 55 years of gunk in there, so I need to take that out. And I mean, it wasn't by fluke. I was really trying to adjust the timing last time, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it, and I thought I'll give it one more look, and I didn't think, oh, it's hot, maybe it's different or anything like that, which kind of sounds obvious now when you think about it. But I tried to adjust the timing, all sorts of stuff, and it just wasn't. As soon as I adjusted the timing one way or the other, it would start running worse. And then I thought I'll just check that in the distributor, and sure enough, it was stuck. There's someone in an Audi A3 driving really close up behind. I am doing the speed limit, dude. He can overtake if he wants. And then, so if I want to fix that, and if I want to get out for a drive anytime soon, then it needs to be today, because then it's just raining and raining and raining and raining, probably for all of May. And this week's just been a bit weird. I've been sat in front of my screens working for, it feels like 10 hours a day, and I didn't leave the house until Thursday in the week. And then Friday I only left the house because I promised my girl I would go and pick her up from school. And so, yeah, it's been a really weird week, and it feels like now that I'm outside and the sun's shining, my eyes actually hurt. And I don't know about anybody else, but this fatigue of being in front of a computer, and I sit in a room with no windows, so I don't look, so my gaze during the day doesn't go near, far, it's just near. So now when I'm looking at something far away, and then I suddenly go to look at something close, or the other way around, my eyes actually hurt when they do that readjustment. So what that's telling me is I need a holiday. I need at least a week off work. It's a bank holiday weekend, so it's 3 days off, so that should be a bit better. I'm hoping that'll be a bit better. And I've started to think about, I haven't been making any sort of plans long term, but I have started to think about what I want to do during the summer. And I'm talking to Flat 6 Jack, and he said, well, come to Cars at the Clubhouse. So if you go and look them up on Instagram, I think it's June the 27th, and it's like a day out for people with air-cooled cars. I'm not convinced there's any tickets left, but I'd definitely check it out. And PJ Gibbons, PJ_Gibbons on Instagram. Check him out because he's organising it, and he was previously on only a few weeks ago, I think, on a Porsche Cooled podcast on the owner's story. He's the one with the 356. So yeah, check that out. Which reminds me, I must reach out to him and catch up with him. And I wanted to say hello to I've forgotten he doesn't put his name on Instagram. I think it's P997NYC. And I wanted to know that this video is out so you can do another cardio session to it. And thank you for watching. I've had such lovely messages on Instagram and on YouTube, and it's quite uplifting, and it makes me want to keep doing it. And I think I really like it because I try and respond to every single comment and every single message, which if someone's taken the time to send one, it's only right and good manners to respond. So I don't know how people do it when, they have 100,000 views after a day and 30,000 messages. I mean, I guess they can't. But that's the good thing. I can have a two-way interaction with everybody, and it's like an online conversation about something that we're all quite passionate about. So I could ramble on about it for ages, but I won't. There was something that I wanted to just say that I've forgotten what that is. I've said the thing about work fatigue, eye fatigue. The other one was, so I was thinking, I've just been thinking recently about just life in general. So I live in a fairly small house. It's not fairly small house. It's starting to feel small because we're all in the house all the time. And also now the weather's getting better, we don't have a great big garden. It's split level. It's got concrete steps and things. And I've got a 2-year-old, so I can't just throw my children out and say, right, you guys go and play. I'm going to relax for a bit, watch a bit of TV, have a coffee, read the paper. So you always have to be on guard, and there's not a lot for them to do in there because it's quite small. And so we've been thinking, should we move? It will mean a much bigger mortgage. It will mean having to maintain our income as it is, and possibly for it to go up in the future. Whereas right now, the thing I guess that keeps me going is that when I think about work, it's relentless. I can't take it. I want to break. I want to stop and smell the flowers, kind of thing. But you can't, because you're going relentlessly. When you're sat in that bubble and you're sat at the computer and everything seems like, oh my god, I'm being squashed by all the pressure. And it's only when you step away and you go, this isn't life or death. It's just a piece of technology that someone wants to turn on, but they're just making you work in a way that makes you suddenly feel like it's life or death, and the pressure you put on yourself and the pressure they're putting on you, and that's where that relentless nature comes from. And what allows me to keep doing that is the fact that I think, actually, I could walk away. I could just resign, and just suddenly that weight would be lifted, and all of the things that, the screen fatigue, the lockdown brain fog, which I'm really suffering with at the moment. I mean, I've edited out a couple of bits where I'm just sat there looking blankly going, what was my train of thought again? What was I just saying? And I really want to get out of that, but also to do something that you really enjoy, and without the feeling in the back of your mind that says, hurry up, you haven't got time to do this, you're supposed to be doing something else. Hobbies aren't meant to be like that, and then you always push your hobby back because you think, I'm not enjoying it, and I'm always sacrificing something else to do this. So because I don't really see my family during the week, then obviously you prioritize that the weekends, because it's the thing that I really want to be. I don't want to be one of those you know, and my wife's the same. She works with possibly greater pressure at work than I do, and longer hours. And we don't want to be those parents where we try and squeeze everything into the weekend, about spending time together, spending time with the children, doing something really good, because that's just a bit shit. I don't want to be. I never envisaged myself, and my wife didn't envisage herself being that kind of family unit, or that kind of parent. You know, I do know people who earn loads of money and they go and spend, you know, days and days every single week away from their families, and it works for them. And I'm not saying that they're terrible people or anything, because they're not. Well, I assume they're not, you know. But they're driven by something different. Whatever I do for work, I want to do it. I want to do it well, and you put that pressure on yourself, and there's that professional pride. But at the same time, when that thing is keeping you away from something that's fleeting, so you know, your children growing up, it's passing. It's so I don't know. I'm going off on a stream of consciousness again, and I don't know what the answer is. Well, I guess the answer could be where someone would say, well, the answer is obvious. Don't move to another house. Work less. Play more. Isn't there a meme or something that says that? Anyway, those are the kind of things that I've been thinking about, and I'm hoping to make a video later. 2 videos in a day. Wow. Right, I've just jinxed that now because I've said it. So I'm hoping to make a video later, but because I want to fix the vacuum advance. I'm hoping that the spring doesn't look broken. You can see down a corner that there is a spring there, and I think there's a couple of springs in there. But I think it might just be that there's so much gunk in there. I just need to clean it up, lubricate it a little bit, because it was when I bought the car, it was completely stuck. So I had to spray a load of WD-40 in there, squish it around for ages, and it started moving. But obviously, whatever was holding it up, you know, gunk, rust, whatever, is still in there. So when it gets hot and expands, I guess it's still stuck. I'm assuming it's that. I have no idea. I might take it apart and springs go flying everywhere, and I have no idea how to put it back together. In which case, I'll be after a distributor. The one I've got is the Bosch 22, I think it is. I'll put a photo in of the little label tag. But apparently it's the right distributor to have. So I just want to do that. I love what the difference the electronic ignition has made, the power spark thing. So yeah, that'll be the update coming. I haven't really said anything about this car because I simply don't drive it. I don't go anywhere apart from the milk run, which I haven't done. Well, no, I did the last milk run. It was a week ago, I think. Yeah, a week ago, which is why not doing the midweek one. Then I have this emergency run. Also, I never ever leave the house normally without having my breakfast. So I think that is really, my stomach's rumbling. It's actually painfully rumbling. And also, I did think about, well, should I not go for a drive every morning? Because I don't really have the time for that. I guess in the summer I could squeeze it in at sort of 6:30 in the morning, but I just want to sleep. Most of the time I can't. So that's pretty much it. I am going to I'll do an update about this car, but nothing's really happened. I've not fixed anything, including that squeak in the back. It doesn't, touch wood, need anything. And when I go for a drive, it's still awesome. It's going to go back in its place where it lives under a tree. So it's got quite a lot of muck on it. But, you know, So anyway, thank you for watching. Hit subscribe, hit like if you're still watching by this point, that is, watching and listening. And catch you on the next milk run. Thanks for watching.